I was about to ask.
Me and Busi were good friends. And we met through Pastor Phil. We were good friends, but she had a crush on my friend.
No, judging by the reaction. Let me see if so you had to stand in front of the church.
Yes.
And
they called the pastor.
And tell them what you did.
The pastor explained.
In front of the
yes,
in
front of everyone.
Sure,
I cried.
These are the results.
Yeah, I think the mailing is a testimony.
After that, that's 32.
Yeah.
Second. So it's been 2 years now since we recorded.
Yeah.
Why has nothing come out?
What's the hold up?
The hold up was the finances. We had a challenge because it was a very expensive project. It was a very expensive project. So we recorded this in 2020, 2 weeks before lockdown.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. So on the 7th, the following week was lockdown. That's when everything, jam. Yeah.
So, I understand this. Churches that are small, churches that are upcoming.
Obviously.
Different occasions, yeah.
But for this, at least it covers my transport and then anything over and above that, my rate is this.
I think that language should be a common language. It shouldn't be a language
I pray we come to that understanding.
Hello again, everybody, and thank you very much for tuning in to the Gospel Reality Podcast. I'm your boy, your uncle, your friend, and your nephew, Brazo. Today, I'm not alone. I'm so excited about today's episode, but before we get to that, please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, the GRP Podcast, and the Gospel Reality Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Very excited today. If you can see, we've got our new merchandise. The Brazo t-shirts. Please, if you comment and inbox me, I'll make sure that I'll get one headed your way. Today is a special day because we've got a first female coming to the podcast. Very first female. We can call her the Queen. But before we go to that, more news I have for you is we've got my brother here, Kate Ling, who's gonna be our, hey, look at him smile. Hey, people can smile, eh?
It's been long overdue.
He's gonna be my co-host. We're gonna be working nicely together. When you see us post, you must know that we've spent hours on the phone discussing the content, discussing the questions. So he's always been there, but he's been on the background. But our lady for today is none other than Miss Mnguni.
Yes, sir.
Do I call you Miss Mnguni? You're not Mrs.
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. By God's grace, maybe next year, but for now, please.
By God's grace. We're here with Busi Mnguni. I met Busi many years ago. I said, Pastor Phil.
Yes, sir.
Then we became friends and then she vanished. But we are here. And needless to say, her CD is on the wall somewhere. Yeah.
Yep.
There we go. There we go. Busi, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Busi
Busi Mnguni.
Mnguni.
Yeah.
And then you're not Zulu,
I'm Zulu.
Serious? Hey,
yeah, umzimela.
Where's home?
Eh?
Where's home?
Yo, I'm a PK, guys. My home is everywhere.
Kulelema Mission House.
Kulelema Mission House all over South Africa. So I don't have a specific home.
You don't have a specific home?
No, I don't.
My brother. Oshapo, my brother.
I'm good. It's good to be here, man. Good to be here. It's been long overdue. Yeah. And it's interesting that I'm coming and we're having the first queen to praise the stage. And welcome, man.
Pleasure. I'm honored to be here, to be the first lady. I'm honored.
We're first lady.
Yeah, I'm a first lady now.
I told you I'm a Bama. So before we go, because we've got a first lady, we're going to do things differently.
We're going
to switch it up. We're going to start with a game show.
Oh, okay.
Because
yeah.
I know that when you leave here, we're still going to be friends.
Yes.
So we can start with a game show. We should not have a teaser at the end. No. Game show. So the game is very simple.
Okay.
It's how well do you know your South African gospel artists?
My God. Okay.
Eh?
Yes.
Ngiyathanda uNcandweni, but Ncandweni. I know
Don't wanna go there.
I know uthanda uNcandweni kodwa nabanye futhi. Okay, the rules are very simple, ne?
Okay.
It's a church service.
Yes.
You get to choose who leads which song, which category, ne? I'm going to give you the different categories. This is the best person to lead the song.
Okay.
Ne?
Yeah.
So the rules are very simple. You can only select yourself once.
Oh, okay.
Ne?
Okay.
And then you cannot duplicate.
Okay.
And then you can only select one international artist.
Okay.
Make sure there's a female lap. Funny boys choir.
Okay.
There must be a female lapper.
No boys to men.
And if you can, an African artist.
Okay.
Botswana, Nigeria. Ne?
Okay.
And then you've got 5 seconds to answer
Each question.
each question. Ne?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you the first 5. Gudwana will take you through the rest. Ne?
Okay.
Okay. The first one, ne? The service is starting. Then
Hallelujah.
the service is starting. You want somebody to as a shy lengoma so that everyone feels welcome. You know, by feeling that they're at home.
Yes.
Who would that person be?
I'd say Sfako.
Sifak.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a vibe.
Una vibe, ne?
Una vibe.
Una vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sfako. Oh, I choose one.
Yeah.
No,
Only
you
one.
can choose him once. So
Oh,
Usfako
okay.
says.
All right.
Yes,
I think
Platinum.
it's Sfako or Lucas Maluma. Okay.
One.
But
One.
Sfako. Okay, I'd say Sfako.
So Claudia says.
All right.
Sfako, ne?
Yeah.
And then somebody to make people sing along. The second song. Just to sing along and enjoy themselves.
To the people I know, I think sing along. I think Bushe Taylor.
Bushetel.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. That will make people sing with it.
And then you know those mid-tempo songs, ne? Hleli phansi, you can tap your feet, your feet, and then I gijimi, futhi ayikho slow. Just mid-tempo nje. I can't think of an example now.
I think Pastor Benjamin Dube has both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good answer.
And then number 4 is a high tempo sakosha kiliruli.
Definitely Pastor Phil and Lucas Maluma.
Only one.
Let's put away.
Oh my God, there's a lot.
One.
Pastor Phil can make people dance.
Do you know him, ne?
I know him very
I
well.
know him. If you did not mention him, those was and then sokumnikelo ke manje.
Oh,
Funa
God.
abantu nje bathintinti kuhamba.
Yo,
Who would that person be for you?
because you need to make them cry, Lord.
Why cry?
So that they go deeper into their pocket.
Who would that person be?
I think Ntokozo Mbambo.
Ntokozo
Yeah,
Yeah, ne?
I think so.
Alright. The next one, okay, we'll tattle up.
Okay.
Well, the next one, it's not a familiar category, but Afro rock.
Oh Jesus.
Who comes to mind?
Afro rock. Oh my God.
5 seconds.
Afro rock, worship.
Oh, yes, we will worship.
Yeah, maybe then.
When we are rock.
Thank you for the answer. Yes.
Okay.
And then, traditional worship, like your hymns, who comes to mind?
Hymns. Lebus Khobe.
That's a beautiful answer.
Yeah, Lebus Khobe.
Now, if you did not choose it,
I listen to gospel, guys.
and then a cappella, if we can say like your 3-part harmony, who would you have to do backings? 3 people that comes to mind.
3 people, I think.
So that would be your soprano, your alto, your tenor.
With the people I worked with, I'd go for alto. It has to be Tobile Mnguni.
Okay.
Autism, say
Yes. Tenor. Tenor is a lot.
Just one.
Just one. 5
Just
seconds
one.
here,
Okay, Temkosi
Temkosi.
is one excellent guy.
And soprano?
Soprano. Hey, Marhu. I'll say Busi.
Busi Mnguni futhi.
No, Busi.
Khatebe.
No, not Busi Khatebe.
Was it 10?
No.
Which Busi?
Listen, maning man.
Ubusi or Umusa. Musa sings like she has a beautiful soprano.
Which Musa?
Musa, the one that sings with Dr. Tumi.
Ah,
She's
okay.
one of the best
All right,
sopranos I
yeah.
know.
Okay? And then contemporary, like contemporary worship, so which far away from a traditional, you know, the in-betweeners, you know? Would you-
Hlengiwe, Ntombe.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And somebody to execute a new composition. Ageko yaziyo.
A new song on stage, like you have to teach.
Mm,
3.
I don't know. I think I've chosen one of them.
Amaru Dr. Dumi has done this a lot of times.
Yeah, Dr. Tumi, yeah. Dr.
When I
Tumi.
saw-
Why are you
Final.
giving her the answers?
Eh?
Dr.
Why are you giving her the answers?
I used to bag Lucis. All right, and the last one, Sabaya Hamabantu.
Yeah.
You need somebody to sing a song with. People must come back next week. A goodbye song. Kwata Babuhi.
Babuye.
Babuhi next week.
That's me.
Ah! I was waiting for you. Shaila, don't let me
Me for sure.
You need to feature yourself.
I'm featuring myself.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Nemuzwile again, eh? No, sis lo, ulalela ba Kim Barrel lo. She doesn't listen to South African music, ne? You must listen to South African music, whether. So her name is Busi Mnguni, and she grew up in. You grew up in. You were born in Mpumalanga, ne?
Yes. In Volcrust.
Volcrust.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were from Bizwanendaule, Kwaga or.
I've never stayed in Bokwag. I'm from Volcrust, Nelspruit, went to Limpopo, then Pretoria.
Mawufika la zangu wathi sawubona mnaka. Hayi. Yathi labantu la. And you're 39 this year.
I'm 39, yo.
Aye, 40.
Uthethe phi 39?
39, hey, madoda ngisebenzele. I'm so excited to be 40 anyway next year. I can't wait to be 40.
40 young too.
Mina ngifuna ukuba 40, guys. I want to be 40.
Kunani ku-40?
I don't know, you're wiser and I think you can enjoy life better at 40. You know better.
Hey, asas. And then you moved to Mamelodi, ne?
I moved to Mamelodi.
What inspired that move?
My dad, because he was a pastor.
Oh, PK, yeah.
So when we moved to Mamelodi, we fell in love with the place. And then we even told our dad that, Baba, if you decide to move again, this time we're not. So we settled in Mamelodi.
In Mamelodi,
Yes, till today.
Your dad passed the famous Pastor Monen. Condolences, I heard.
Yeah,
He passed last year.
that was the most saddest day of my entire life. I think that was I don't know, the saddest day, Jay.
Ne?
The saddest year, 2021, when I lost my dad, because he was my buddy.
Just to chip in up, you know, how did you deal with that? You know, because I see different people, they have a different approach. You know, like, have you dealt with that, or is it something that you're learning to live with?
I think I'm learning to live because this person I used to be with every single day of my like literally, I'm not kidding. Every day of my life I was with my dad because I was working with him in ministry, at church, my travel buddy. So losing him, I don't know, maybe I acted strong. I cried. I don't know. It's an everyday process. Other days are better. Other days I feel
compared
like,
to others,
I can conquer the world. Other days I'm like, I miss this old man.
Ne?
So it's grief is different. So,
Grief is different.
yeah.
No, it definitely is. And the question Kay is asking is very important. More often than none, we forget that we actually need to deal with the pain.
True.
Deal with, because I mean, if a person has been in your life the whole of your life, the whole of your existence,
It's true.
it's very impactful in your life.
Very.
Yeah.
Because, but Mina, I ministered, actually, I think 2 weeks after, I was already singing. But the only thing that I couldn't do, because we love eating with my dad, we love food, I love cooking.
I heard you love dessert.
I love dessert, I love cooking, I like home-cooked meals. So I couldn't cook, I think for about 4 months.
Really?
After he passed on, I lost interest. And I think he was, I don't know, I didn't know that he was my reason for cooking. He used to inspire me a lot. He would buy meat and say, today what are we eating? And then I'll go and cook. So I couldn't cook for 4 months. I lost interest, but I'm back now.
You back now?
Because I love food.
Okay, we must visit her. But you know, the last time I saw you,
Yes,
I
sir.
saw you, ironically, at a funeral. At Moachi's funeral in town.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
yes.
That was the last time I saw
yo,
you.
That's a while ago.
That was a while ago. I should Anglash.
No, wangilahlile.
Never. Do you know what happened? Okay.
Tell me, Bob.
Me and
I was about to ask.
me and Busi were good friends. And we met through Pastor Phil. We were good friends, but she had a crush on my friend. No.
Judging by the reaction.
So she had, I won't mention the name. She had a crush on my friend.
Yeah.
I think when it didn't work out, then I was collateral damage. And they used to leave me no bush. And bush ba kakhuluma. Bush tell.
Oh my word.
Anyway,
It was a young crush.
it was a young crush, ne?
The reaction was priceless.
I was priceless. I think I say love. But you remember. And funny is, we had a lot of rehearsals, no Pastor
Yeah.
Phil. But Masamba no Pastor Phil, some reason you were not there. And then when you were there, remember when you guys went to Devon?
Into Durban, you were not.
I was not there. So we always, then I think that's how we, I don't know if it's a crash or a second.
No, we lost touch.
So, I think you're regular first.
Yes, sir.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
You're not married, ne?
Unfortunately.
Do you want to be married, man?
Unfortunately, I'm not married.
I was about to ask why, unfortunately.
No, both. It works both. If you're married, thank God. If you're not, I think it's fine.
It's fine.
With my busy life, thank God. I'll trust God for a man who will understand.
I was talking to this friend of mine. She's also a musician in Pretoria. Marriage, Lena, and I mean, I want kids.
Oh,
I want
Jesus.
kids. 40 is approaching. I
Yeah,
don't care.
it's a challenge.
Because I minister in churches a lot. Before 40, I'm going to have a child. How do you respond to a person who says that?
At your own risk.
At your own risk.
At your own risk.
Why do you say that?
Because now you don't know. You know whose father. Being a single parent, man, is not the coolest thing ever.
It's tough, eh?
It's tough. It's tough. I think, but we survive. I wouldn't advise it for that friend to go that way.
If your objective is to have a child, biological clock is ticking, what do you do?
Hey, you must pray and trust God to give you a proper man. Because still, if you can go for this, what do you call this thing?
Inseminations.
Yes, it's a good thing you can do it, but it's a risk when you're
Is it
raising.
biblical, Marale?
It's
Do you think
difficult.
do you think
need
God
help.
allows
I
those
don't
in
think
vitro?
so. I don't think He would allow it because a child needs both parents.
But at the same time, there's a story of Hannah in the Bible who stayed a while, without having a child. If it was during this particular time,
But at
she
least
would probably consider that. I'm not saying it is correct.
Yeah.
Let's
I agree with you. But Hannah had a husband.
Okay, that's an answer. That's a beautiful
Yeah,
answer.
beautiful answer. Okay, let's go to you. I hope it's not too personal.
Yeah, okay.
When we're talking about kids.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Roy Brian. I don't have to hold anything
Yes,
back.
feel free.
You had a child,
Yes.
obviously out of wedlock, and
Yes.
you were still young. Ne?
Not that young, but yeah.
29 is
29
is young.
Is it young?
Yes.
Okay.
So young.
I was young.
All is 40. So you were 29.
I was 20.
Were you persecuted for
Yo, that was the toughest time of my life.
ne?
Yeah, because I'm a PK. Not only a PK, I'm a minister. I'm a worship leader at church, and I minister as well. As a born again.
As a born again?
Yeah.
And what is the worst thing that someone has ever said to you with that particular situation?
Yeah, someone
that,
just
that
said,
you can't
someone
recall?
called me and said, how do you do that? How does that happen? How do you go to that level when you have a kid with I couldn't answer them. But then that was the way. But the worst case was when I was at church and I had to stand in front of everyone and they tell people what I did last night. You know?
Serious?
Yes. So they had to punish me.
So Bakiel is a pants?
No, not to cleanse up hands.
You
I
should-
had
are
to
you sure-
stand, yes.
No,
I
no,
had,
are you sure you
because
stand?
I was, yeah.
And then there's a period that you can't minister.
Yes.
So uhlaliswe phansi.
Angahlala phansi at the back, and I came to church.
Let me see if so you had to stand in front of the church
Yes.
and
They called the pastor.
and tell them what you
The
did
pastor explained.
in front of the
Yes, in
front
front
of the
of everyone.
Sure, ngathi ngiyakubona.
Yo, I cried.
These are the results.
Yeah, I think the meaning is the testimony. Yabona ukuganga, guys, kwenzani? Yabona, so I had to stand in front of everyone and
Really?
they had to explain it. Oh,
And the persecution you went through, the guy who made you pregnant, did he go through the same persecution?
I don't think so.
Definitely not. It's
And I
never the
think
case.
that's where we miss it, I think, as a church. We need to treat females and males the same. You know, she didn't impregnate herself. And then the guy goes away scot-free. But the other side of the coin is you get persecuted when they see. Well, we know that they're kind of with musicians.
Yes.
But they need to see evidence for you to
Yeah,
be persecuted. That's a part I don't get, man.
Well, that's the way. For me, I took it because I was Muntu Pambili. I was a minister. I said, let me just take it so that maybe people don't follow through. Maybe they will listen and
Really?
on which is not cool.
Yeah.
It's not cool. I wouldn't wish it for anyone.
And then after that, sit that's it 32.
Yeah.
The second one.
Oh, you peers up, Baba.
That's the second born.
Busi,
You
Did
see
you
when-
go through the same?
Yeah, with my second was tougher. It was difficult because now how do you explain? Because the first one you can always say it's a mistake. Yeah, bengazi, bangila. But second time, what do you say to people?
What do you say to people?
What do you say? Like, well, how do you explain yourself? I kept quiet for 9 months. I didn't tell anyone, not even my closest.
Well, as you're talking, you spoke about how close you have been with you were with your father.
Yes.
How was your father? During that
He
particular.
almost died. If I didn't die then.
Did that impact the relationship that you?
No, and my dad was sweet. I gave him, he got angry. I think I gave him the chance to be angry.
Oh.
And then, but he was the one who embraced me again because he was the one helping me with the kids. You know, he came back and became a father to me, but he was not happy at all. He was disappointed.
No, I can imagine
Yeah.
because you're a worship leader. You're
A
his
worship
pride.
leader. I'm his pride, and I'm
know?
his right-hand woman.
You know.
Or man.
So tell me, what can churches do to make sure that young girls who fall pregnant,
Don't move.
firstly, are not we don't lose them forever. Not to say it is right what they did, but what can we do to make sure that they don't feel like they are all alone?
Yeah, because the damage is done. Actually, we late for advice. Unfortunately, people want to advise you when you're already pregnant. So the best thing that you can do is to embrace these kids and to say, okay, because you will pay. The consequences will come. Definitely, raising a kid is not as cool.
It's not cheap. Eh?
It's not cheap as well. Yeah, so already lo muntu who's condemning. So yeah, already I think she's just saying you are disappointed. So we don't need you to come and add on that. Or we're killing this kid. So the best thing that you can do is to embrace. They just introduced something new at church which I liked. Counseling. Take this kid, sit them down.
Yes.
Find out what happened. If it's wrongdoing.
Yeah.
No, you know others. Komoto, you are wrong. This is one of the people. You see, this is a church folk. Sit them down.
Not 100%, but
Yeah.
that is post. Do you think for pre-counseling, do we need to have a committee or a pre-counseling or sex education? Do we need to have sex education with them? Because the truth is, I know a lot of pastors don't want to admit this, but the young people are having sex.
Especially now. Yes.
So do we need to have these conversations?
I think we need to be honest at churches. I think we're not ready for such topics as a church.
Why do you think we're not ready?
I don't think we're ready to face the truth because this is what is happening, but we're in denial because we don't want to talk.
Do you think it's the tradition, the structure of the culture of the church
I think it's the culture, you are right.
that has been cultivated?
Cultivated into church. So it's not easy to talk about sex at church because at church we preach purity, abstinence. Yes. If I'm right, is that the right word?
Celibate. Yeah.
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 So we preach that, and that's iphelela lapho. You have to stay away from
So we don't show
the
different
realities.
sides.
Yes,
of
what
the
really happens,
what-
you know.
yeah.
Can't we need to tell them?
But don't you think that should start with families? Because remember, when we're talking church members, we are talking families. You know,
Yeah.
those young girls or young boys that we're talking about, they're from families. That's where the education is supposed to start before it gets to church. Because at church, that would be secondary. What do you think? Do you think it's more of the responsibility of the church or more of the families?
Both. Both, because church has so much influence.
No, well, I agree.
Because, church has influence. I think church can do more. But it's a responsibility of a parent. Unfortunately, our black parents, we don't talk about such things. How do you talk about sex to your mom and your dad?
Hey.
How do you start? And then how do you start talking to your son? Oh, this is what you need to do. You must watch out for this. So we'll just say, stay away from boys. And then they stay away.
It's not practical.
It's not practical. Because boys are nice. You know?
Hey, boys are nice.
Yeah, boys are nice. I like that guy. So we need to be honest and say, okay, this is the attraction. These are the feelings that you will get as you grow. But that does not mean you need to go for that.
Go for that.
Because you will burn.
I think it's 100%. And
you will burn.
as a person also who was raised by a single mom,
Yes.
I understand how difficult it can get.
It's difficult.
Because especially even the girls, I can imagine the girls are worse when they become teenagers. I can imagine, you know.
Yo.
Boys, teenagers, very, and you know, you need both parts. You know? Yeah. But anyway, I think thank you very much for clearing that out. We chatting on more young Christ to So your home church is AFM, right?
AFM.
So you moved because you moved to Mamelodi with your dad because
With my dad, yes.
because he was going to be a pastor at AFM, at D1, am I
At D1,
correct?
yes.
Yes, and then you served there. Pastor Phil was a worship leader, right?
Yes, Pastor Phil was a worship leader.
Okay.
And then that's where I started my music in my ministry, music ministry or music, whatever. Yona leyo cula.
Am I correct in saying Pastor Phil played a pivotal role in grooming you as well?
Yes, he played a major role.
That man has been around, eh?
That man has
been around.
There was a time in Mamelodi there was Pastor Phil, there was Colin.
Yeah.
We knew which love.
Bapeti Mamelodi.
Yeah.
So he groomed us, that man. Because he's so, you know, when you are passionate about something, but ungazi ukuyipackage kahle. So he came and made people didn't understand. Like, I'm into ministry, I love music. Then he helped us, and then he built us up.
He built you. There's one thing I need to ask you. Your dad, obviously, people who know AFM, it's not really a mainline church, but it operates nearly the same because there's a big board that, and then as a pastor you get employed. But the pastors who go to work for mainline churches or these kind of churches, they've got a full-time job.
Yeah.
And then other ones who start their own ministry are entrepreneurs.
Yeah, true.
But the ones with the full-time comes with the benefits. So you guys grew up in mission houses.
House, yeah, which is, it's not nice, eh?
Not.
Don't have privacy. So
Yeah.
as much as, but it's not benefits. For me, a pastor should have his own house. Because in mission house, you don't have privacy. Like it's everyone's house.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't have privacy? Like, what is?
It's a church house.
So anyone can just waltz
you
in?
know, you lose your jerseys, they eat your food, they sleep on your bed, you know. They come when it's all night prayer, they come and bring kids in your room. So you have to, you know. And then if it's conference, Yamatota, it affects you. If it's men conference, it affects you. It's women's conference, it affects you. Children, anything, you have to participate whether you want it or not. That's then it's not nice.
So I need to ask you this way. Obviously spoke about your dad passing. So obviously in Mission House.
No.
When I Mission House.
Sihlele Mission House way back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, because
I'm 39.
you can never know. You know abafundisi benza ne?
Yeah.
They go bahlala Mission House but building a car.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
So
yes.
when the time is done,
When they
They
retire,
go-
they would
they
go back.
go.
Yeah.
With my dad, by God's grace, we are totally included, then we also moved out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bese akhathele ne?
I Mission House. It's
So,
not,
no. I grew up in a mission house when my mom and dad got married. The church Besingena, they gave my mom and dad a house, a mission house, and I can mom a conference, so I can
Yeah.
relate.
So,
Yeah. But at least you get the food.
yeah, next year, khona la. Khotelela mapoto.
And then when Pastor Phil left, you took over.
Yes.
Did you get paid? Something.
Well, at Sontweni, I worked with my dad. I worked with my father.
Questions still.
Yes, I worked with my dad. So my dad ended up making me his personal assistant.
So you were being paid for being a PA, not for being a music minister.
No, because it was my dad's church.
Okay, I say it because
Yeah.
do you think musicians should be paid at church?
Hey, yeah, lapho ngifake emanzini ashes. Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Especially because for them it takes time to build your ministry. You minister to people, you need to read the word, you need to rehearse. We acquire a lot of skill. So when you stand there, you have to be paid.
I got you, but not to read the word asaz.
You have to minister to people. You must read. You must read and pray.
We're supposed to.
We're supposed to.
Yeah. And then you've got a daughter and
I have a son and a daughter, yes.
if your daughter says, "Mommy, I'm dating that keyboard player," what would you say?
Why specifically
Okay,
keyboard
drama.
player?
Okay, I'm dating it.
Stay away from music.
What?
What's the problem with musicians? What's wrong with musicians? Talk to us.
There's nothing wrong with them. It's just they're musicians, man. You know.
Bayenza, khuluma nathi.
Babona kakhulu, batemteka kakhulu. I think batemteka kakhulu udlula wonke umuntu. They deal with a lot of females, and so it's a blessing to have a husband to a musician, because I guess we'll do songs together and stuff. Mara, hey.
So it's a no-no.
It's a big no for you.
Yeah, no, for me.
I think. But one thing I can tell you, Guti, musicians seem to have a bad name. Like they're notorious. Why do you think it's that?
Because of what they do. Musicians are corner right. I've met a few right, abashadile abanabafazi babo, but because they travel a lot, maybe because of that.
Bayenza.
Asazi benzani emarumini party something
Athe
yenze.
emarumini. Uyaphi manje?
Apha marume, sibuza nje ukuthi bayenza.
Oh, okay. Maybe let me ask you.
Bazongishaya, yo ma musician guys. I know, bakhona, but hey, let's see famous ngento ezisnack sometimes. You know? Yeah.
But don't you think musicians are generally under attack in terms of?
They are. It's a lot of temptation, guys.
But never mind that the clash between pastors and musicians seems to be growing instead of diminishing.
I think because any minister thinks is higher than the other, maybe musician. Why yacula? Anyone can do that.
That's not anyone.
And it's not. As much as it's a ministry. You are being called. So you are called. As much as a pastor is called, you as a minister, you are called as well. So I think the challenge is there. Okay, who's called? And then kuba nama submission crisis and stuff. And as a minister of song, you have to submit to umfundisi wakho. I'm not saying allow izinto snacks back abuse and stuff, but you know, I think a clash of power.
Do you think there's a clash of power?
I think so.
Or do you think it will ever get sorted out? Because it's been long-standing. Dali khona and our musicians and on social media you're seeing different versions. You know,
Yeah,
other pastors are for it, others are not for it. You know, do you think we'll ever get to
I doubt. I doubt. I think, Jay, we need to grow and understand. I think it will take abafundisi to understand our ministers.
But they're ministers also. So they
Yes,
should-
for pastors to regard musicians as
Oh, yes,
ministers.
yes, yes, yes.
Ukuthi this is a ministry. Maybe that will change mindset yabo. But there are good pastors who pay their people very
Oh,
well.
yeah,
And
that's
who
true,
do
that's
right
true,
by their
yeah.
musician. I'm not saying demand money. I'm not saying, you know, when you start esontweni, because isonto yilo lesigurumayo.
No, it's true.
Liyasigruma because ufunda khona lapho ubhimbela ubabhimbela
So that 145.
i-145 i-transposer you know so iyasigruma yona. So I'm not saying demand, but it would be nice for pastors and musicians to understand each
Find
other.
common ground.
Yeah.
And to find common ground, to say, okay, I respect your gift. I don't take you for granted. This is a ministry too. And then go be right. I think we need to grow both.
Both, ne? All right, no. Busi, I think I've heard you. I think maybe let's move to your music.
Okay.
I want to understand at what point you decided no, people must pay for this. People must pay for this much.
Okay. When Pastor Phil left, now I used to be a soprano. I used to be a soprano singer, so I was comfortable with singing soprano until Pastor Phil left the church. He had to start his own ministry, so I was left. So I grew. I had to stand in front of people. I had to groom myself. I had to grow from that. And then when I started ministering and see what the Lord was doing, and I'm like, okay, maybe there's something here. And then I started traveling, people calling me, going on tents, and then see Elon. I thought, okay, let's take this to the world. And then my brother came and said, Busi, do your project.
Ne?
Yeah.
But then in the same time, you're studying to be a teacher at TUT.
I was doing teaching.
And why did you just study music here?
I don't know. because you know, Bazali to support the music is challenging for them.
But for your parents, it was easy. For
It's
Yeah,
not.
because they're
Unfortunately,
ministers, yeah.
unfortunately, it wasn't. It's like, no, you can always, you sing, so you can always sing, like you are gifted. So go study teaching.
But what's a famous term? Find something to fall back on.
Yeah, fall back on.
Yeah.
Must have a
You need a
backup plan.
backup. So I went to study teaching for
Yeah.
that year, but I was miserable.
You were miserable. Ne?
Yeah,
but
those
you,
are the
but
worst
you passed
days.
it. Ne?
I passed in the first 2 years.
Yeah.
I didn't go back the third
On the
time.
third year.
In the third year.
Any desires to go back and complete?
I wish I completed it. Jay.
No, I understand the wishing, but do you wish now we
To
should
go back.
go
No,
back and
no, I'm not called. I'm not a teacher.
You're not a teacher.
I'm not. It's a calling, actually.
So singing is your calling. Ne?
Yeah.
So your calling brought you to people like obviously Pastor Phil.
I am
And you
in
did
USA.
and you did something with Pastor
I
Benjamin.
worked with Pastor Benjamin Dube. I was doing soprano. I worked
soprano.
with Pastor Phil. I went to USA.
Oh,
You know, yes. 3 years. I went to Botswana, and this lady says, I want you in America.
For how long were you in the
I
States?
stayed 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, in Georgia.
So what happened to the accent? Did you come back with?
I tried. I couldn't hear them when they speaking. Those people, their English is very.
it's inzima.
In a slang, phakathi, awuzwa next. So it's like
don't
they're
speak
speaking
English.
Portuguese, but they're speaking English. So
You know, Mina, in your musical journey, I think when I really took notice, remember when Ronnie Howard Brown came to South Africa?
yes.
And then Pastor Phil was tasked to put together a big choir.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Ne?
Yeah,
They had a big choir, but before that there was Pastor Phil and friends. You guys were a group.
Yes, yes,
Nabo JJ, Nabo Buhle,
Buhle.
Nabo
JJ's been around
Yes.
also.
Yeah, JJ.
Yeah, JJ.
But guys, good. I went to a music concert in Nzekibo Pascaline, and I heard JJ's compositions. JJ, Lama Korasi, I've heard him, but guys you must hear JJ's stuff.
He's got a peculiar style of
But
writing.
He can write.
Oh my word, but it's
Yeah.
you must get JJ here one day. So that Rodney Howard Brown, you guys Pela say, I'm sure there was the choir. There was you guys in
Tonight
white.
we were the celebrities.
And white.
we were wearing white. We were, the celebrities, the main people.
The main people.
Yeah.
Then you guys got paid lapon, eh?
Yes. Yes.
And then I'd assume Guti you worked with Teps David. You were in Mamelodi, he was there. Soprano was proper.
No, I've never worked with taps.
Kanje.
Angazi nami kwenzeke
Phela
njani, but I've never
Tap
worked
was the tech friendly lapha.
Yeah, there was a time.
All
like,
artists seem to have.
to. No, I've never been under his.
Oh, really?
No.
And did you ever think of singing any style that is not gospel?
I tried it once. It never worked.
Really? What do you quite
No, jazz.
jazz?
Yeah, lapho, yeah, no.
Yeah,
Just,
I
it's just
tried.
an,
I
it's
tried.
another thing.
Yeah, I went to this club when I was growing up. I think I started. There was a group. I'm like, I gospel, man. It's lonyan. You know when you can
Ukungena ezintweni,
yeah, we okay. So what's about F, nabo C sharp, nabo what? I'm like, okay, let me get serious. And then again, I go jazz. And then there was a group, La Pema Melody. I sang with them. So what made me stop? I was in a club, lapha Mamelodi.
I got to pose.
No, bengaphuza. Besiyocula, soculela abaphuzayo. So I went there to sing, and then I started singing. Another lady called me. She said, "Are you Mzalwane wena? Are you born again?" I'm like, "Yeah." Why? Your voice. And I felt the anointing sitting. I'm like, I know, let me go.
That was the end of your
That was
chess
my end of my
career.
chess career. That's how I
Gospel
stopped.
musicians, my pailing gum. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah,
It's not this is
clapping. Hey,
Really intro ngama-tongues
yeah,
lapha.
you see what I say? You're in the wrong place.
But then you are in gospel music.
yes,
If you look at the climate margin, we've got Lebo Schobel.
yeah,
She's married. The husband is managing her career. Busi Mnguni, same thing.
oh my God.
Ntokozo Mbasa, same thing. Zaza, same. I can go on. Shumaje, for you to get to where you want to go, fanele ushade.
I mean, angazi uNkulunkulu kumele anginikeze enye igrace.
Ne?
No. It will be a blessing to work with the partner yakho, but I don't wish it for myself.
Really?
Why?
I want
But it seems like a prosperity figure.
no,
No, Baba
maybe
Sekhaya.
I'll come with no. I mean, I have maybe because I have my brother.
Ne?
My brother is the one who's pushing the work, so mina ngifuna indoda right nje.
Indoda right.
Ezothanda mina.
So, oh yeah, go.
No, ngibuza ukuthi into right into enjani konje.
Indoda ethanda mina.
Angadlali piano.
Thanda uNkulunkulu
Akadlali musician.
Piano ayiphathi kahle. Kwathi ngaye lapho. Tell me something. Before suka lapho ne. There seems to be a general notion that females in the entertainment industry, that's the reason why I named the people I named. But the females have to go an extra mile for them to succeed. From sexual favors,
Yeah.
from being abused physically, emotionally. Is that really a norm in the industry?
Yeah, it is. It takes a lot for a woman to stand your ground, to say, I'm not taking this route. So it takes a lot. A lot, and you have to constantly prove, that
Yourself.
you are capable, without help from a man. Doing ministry as a woman, it's tough, but it's doable.
It's doable, ne?
Yeah, it's doable.
But it's much tougher to
It's
to
tough.
be a
I think
female
for
artist.
men, it's easier for them to just start and go.
I'm not sure
With
about
us,
easier.
yeah. Siyasebenza twice as much.
Twice as much.
It's
yeah.
difficult, but to us, it's twice as hard.
Okay.
Yeah, look, as you're saying that, do you think the industry favors men more than it does women? As you're talking about that, seems like a woman has got to double their efforts, to...
Yeah, I think it favors men more than women. But I think for now, I see a lot of change. I see a lot of female artists who are coming up, who are standing up for themselves. But it's tougher for them. They have to work twice as hard.
And then he touched on something very important. With the current climate in South Africa, I saw the crime stats that came out that Minister Bheki Cele was going through. The aspect of being sexually harassed. Have you ever come across anything like that within the industry where you felt, it doesn't have to be directly, but felt like you were taken for granted in that manner because you are a woman?
Yeah.
Or do you know people around you that
Yeah, I think I know a few women who have to to go down on their knees for favors. But for me, I don't think so. I think because I've been to church a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe because of personality, and it might be a challenge for you to come and ask for a favor, for that type of a favor. You have to be very strong.
But are girls generally safe in the industry?
Eh?
Are girls generally, women,
Yeah.
are they generally safe in the industry?
They are safe. It's just that good industry gospel. I think they are. They are. It's just if someone asks for that favor, it's up to you to take
up to
it
you
or
how
not.
to
It's not
respond
like khatelen and stuff. But I don't think so. I don't think it's dangerous.
It's
as
dangerous.
such.
All right. No. Busi, I think I've heard you. Let's move to your music, to your solo career. Ne? Before Siagute, who's your producer?
My brother.
Who's your brother?
My brother is Busi Mnguni.
What I know for a fact, Buti, brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Hey, there's always fights.
We don't fight.
Really?
We never fought.
Really?
I'm telling you. The only time he was mad at me is when I got pregnant. He didn't speak to me
He didn't speak to you.
for a week. But we've never had fights like with my brother.
Really?
Yes, we grew up as friends.
So is he your producer? Who are you signed under?
His company is.
Oh, you signed under him?
Yes.
But he's your boss.
Eh?
Yeah,
I do listen to him. I'm very submissive, because he's more enlightened to music than I am.
Was it deliberate? Sorry, was it deliberate for you to choose him as the producer so that he stays in the house, or?
No, it just happened.
Oh, okay.
Because he writes my music.
Okay.
So he gets me. So he was playing for me. When I minister, it's easy for me to minister when I'm with him.
Makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
So he's also a keyboard player.
My keyboard player. Sometimes my sister plays. I have a sister that plays drums.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yes.
She's good.
I know her.
Yeah. So.
And then, are you the only artist signed under
For now.
Lively
Records.
Lively Records?
Yeah. For now. For now.
Is it a family business or
No, it's not. I think if when we must so keep this album that is coming, then it will be easier when there's cash flow to sign other artists as well.
Yeah.
But it's his, I say family business.
It's a family thing. I don't know.
Do you know your contract? What? Okay,
I
you guys.
was about to go there, actually. I was about to go
I
there.
need to check the contract. I need to check.
Yeah.
I need to check the contract. Yeah.
You know why?
and stuff.
You know why I asked? Ne? It's all good.
Yeah.
That nisebenza nonke.
Especially man saqala.
And you guys get each other.
Yeah.
But it's life. In Mali sefikile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
say la,
I think I be tempted because being a ranking.
Kahle,
He
ne?
says, but that needs to be corrected.
I think you must, guys, even
Yeah.
if it's a church, is for you to be sure that it's a family business. Just get your contracts that you both understand
Yes.
what's happening.
You're comfortable
I
with
agree.
the two of you. Yeah. Family or not.
Family feuds are not
It
are
would
not
be bad
new.
to fight with my brother.
Yeah.
It would be terrible.
Yeah, and you said he writes your music, ne?
He writes all of my music.
Really?
All of it.
Serious?
All of it.
Iko ngoma ibhalile.
Why don't you write
I'm a
music?
singer. I don't know. I'm not gifted in writing. I can interpret your song very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he gets your sound.
He gets my sound.
Really?
And he listens to me when I say, but
I
yeah.
remember that album, they Stand on His Word.
Stand on his word.
I
yes.
remember, I think Ligon was a drummer. Who was a bass guitar?
Who was the drummer?
Ted.
Eh?
It was Ligon.
Ligon.
Ligon, brother.
I worked with the legends, guys. Yeah.
No, they were proper. The band behind
My band was tough. It was tight.
And funny enough, in that album, my favorite song, Gingo Wako.
Ningo wako, yeah.
I think I've played that song. I think Nikipi's Crash That song,
Yeah.
That's how you know you
Beggar
listen
did
to a
justice
project.
to the song.
that song, ne?
Beggar did justice to that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ish, the bass, yeah, kinda like,
Oh, I know. I worked with great guys, yo.
yeah, ne? But would you consider one day, look, don't get me wrong, I know Stay when you were still playing Pastor Phil as well. Brilliant pianist. I take nothing away from him, he's very good. But do you think you'll get to a point where you say, maybe I should get a fresh ear for as a producer?
Definitely.
Ne?
But yes, because there's different people who come with different sounds.
Different
sometimes.
sounds, yeah. So you don't want to sound the
So you
same.
don't want to repeat one thing. You know, I think we'll work with when I'm well established. I would like to work with Nigeria, USA. You know, different producers for.
And did you
for
make
the
money
ticket.
from that album?
We didn't, unfortunately. You know,
Why
because
is
it
that?
was. I think we focused more on making the music than the marketing, and that comes with everything.
I want to ask that. Why is it that, especially our gospel artists, they come up with beautiful projects, spend months and months, putting the album together, but there is no thought or that much thought that goes into marketing. How are we going to get the album to the people? What are we going to do? Why is it like that most of the time?
I think lack of knowledge. I think we don't research much. We should have done our research. Although I don't regret doing this.
Of course.
For me, it was a learning curve.
Yeah.
I had to do a studio album, which I was very scared of studio. So I had to learn. But if we did more marketing, because it was a good project, but because money ran out before we could do the marketing and stuff.
So now you came and then you. Okay, before I go there, so you've learned. Right?
Yes.
So you're not gonna make the same mistakes you did again.
No.
And then how do we get gospel music to play more on radio?
I think mixing and
No, I don't think the mixing is the problem.
mixing and I think if our product.
I think our products are good.
It's good, but I don't know with DJs what's happening there.
No, but here's my point. Do you think we should follow the trajectory, Gabo, Busi Mnguni, that you need to do a song with a
I
famous
don't
DJ
think so. For you to be played on.
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Then how will we do it then?
Hi, Joe Favor. Practical example. Umuntu oze ne change in South Africa, which is Dr. Doom. He came with a different sound. Remember, we had to have ingoma hambelana so that you don't lose your South African sound. That's the idea we used to have. We would have to have a particular song so that you could fit in there. But Dr. Tumi came. He did something. I think he opened doors for us to do.
He opened the doors in terms of doing his own thing. I think there's something called radio monitor. Now he was not played like Lebo Schwabela was played on radio, but now it didn't trend because it was playing on radio. I think it can still do much more.
I don't know with the radio how it works.
Because then that's how I feel South African gospel music. That's where they're missing the bigger piece of the pie.
Generating,
Because the more you're played on radio, the more royalties you can get, the more people can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Because right now we're just only heard in spaces that we are in, but it's not as global as it is.
But at the same time, you remember that.
You guys must open doors for us, for radio. You guys must connect us and make us popular there.
But also another thing is that the slot for gospel has been getting smaller and smaller. From Sundays, even on Sundays, it's just a small...
Just a segment.
Just a segment.
2 hours.
Now the question is that, do you think there are other avenues that gospel artists can explore to try and put their music out there, besides radio? Obviously, radio, we're talking generating royalties and what. But is there any other platforms that you think musicians can create for them to generate?
They are creating them because now there's YouTube and there's other media things that are happening recently.
That has still an issue in South Africa.
But we're trying.
And
we're trying.
This streaming is another disadvantage for you guys.
No. Streaming
Streaming is a challenge.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge. I think. And besides, streaming I feel makaya.
Exactly.
Because I understand mutu when I download in the still. So it's a hassle. I think we'll get there. Hopefully we'll get a breakthrough.
I want to get something from you. If I said to you, let's go to a taxi rank. I'm gonna put speakers in Lapaya. Perform. Would you do it?
I don't want to lie. I don't want.
Listen there, there's money there, ne? But there's money there. Ask Sipoma Kabane, ask Andile Bebula,
Bebula, yeah. You
ask
see,
Keke.
Yeah.
When Keke left Joyous, he went to the streets again. Church Street. But anyway, left.
I know.
All right, then you emerged. Yeah, but after this album, you know what? I said, I need to show what I can do now.
Yeah.
Then you decided
Up
you're
my
doing
game.
a live DVD,
recording.
which you didn't invite me for, but I circled up.
Yeah.
I
It was
did.
beautiful. Eh?
Yes, that was the best.
I remember Pastor Lungyar, I'm phoning. KG. I was traumatized. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey,
We worked very hard. You know, putting the music together,
Yeah.
the band,
Yeah.
vocals.
And I think this friend of mine from Ama's, Ditiro,
Yeah.
my friend, that woman stood in one place
Yeah.
and just mesmerized us.
Minister.
Yeah.
No, it's Mangoni Tombi. In Marumganoma invite her.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I thank God for the 10 ministry I did, guys. I used to sing in tents,
Yeah.
So at 10 then you would sing for hours before abantu and continue to sing.
Yes.
Then it helped me a lot
Mari
because
voice ayiphela.
I
Iyaphela kumatende phela.
ayisapheli iyaphenda iphela iphinde ibuye ethendeni.
Hey, man.
Ucula iphele ibuye
Yeah.
angagcina ingasapheli vele. So
Who was your executive producer on this? Executive producer Lois.
Say, oh, fuck him, man.
Who funded this project? Phela imali leya.
it was a lot of money, though it came with a lot of challenges because certain things got stuck. We had a project that we were doing, it got stuck, the finances just blocked, and then so.
No,
It's-
Mpumalanga.
Yeah.
We're northwest.
Yeah.
Who
That
was the
funded,
executive
it was my brother was doing it.
was there?
Yes, not yet. Sisaya. Sisaya. So, but 2020, you know, it came with a lot of attacks. So, it was tough.
It was tough, ne?
It was difficult. Yo.
So, whose was it his creative idea, Uste, the whole, how it looked?
Yes, it was his idea.
And which company did you use? For the stage and whatnot?
We used different people.
Ne?
Yeah, we were working with Christo.
Chris Houghton?
Yes, with
I have any budget activity.
Mr. Katz.
Mm.
Yeah, I was doing the lighting. Then we worked with, I see, Tuban, Angshai, my big brother, Baba Tekama videos.
Still waiting for at least one black name now.
Yeah, oh Lord. The ones who were doing visuals, oh God, why, yo.
Khumbula Belu.
Okay.
Okay, him. Okay, Azikolap. But
Angangishaya.
my biggest issue is I've been around a lot of artists when they were starting off. Ne? And when there's no budget, hey man, hey, but when there's budget, you go Caucasian. Why do especially gospel artists, you are there for them when they don't have money, but when they've got money, they go for white companies. Why is that?
Well, with black, I don't know. I've never worked with this is my first. So we go for the product. It was not for black consciousness.
So it was not a specific thing that was done.
Yeah. So no one was there for me. I'm disappointed, honestly.
You've never called me. That's why.
No,
But I see collab.
I think finally quite, man.
On
the side.
I will cook for you.
Good.
I will cook for
Okay,
you.
let's have a date, ne? So, it's been 2 years now since we recorded.
Yeah.
Why has nothing come out?
What's the hold up?
The hold-up was the finances. We had a challenge because it was a very expensive
Project
It
altogether.
was a very expensive project. So, unfortunately, other payments got stuck, especially in 2020. Then with the passing of my
Before
dad.
COVID, yeah.
Because we remember we recorded this in 2020, 2 weeks before lockdown.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. So on the 7th, the following week was lockdown. That's when everything, jam.
Yeah, Jam.
Yeah,
So
Jam
let me get this right. So you guys had a marketing plan
Yes.
better than they.
Yes.
The
You
first
guys,
project.
you guys had a publicity plan, if you can put it like that. So you had all the plans, but COVID affected you negatively.
Negative.
So it was the COVID that put a
It's
stop.
the COVID thing. Your projects, finances are stuck. No payments and stuff.
Goodness.
So it was
Because
difficult.
I was wondering, good how.
And the following year, my dad passed on.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it was a challenge, but it will come.
Are you guys busy in studio?
Yes, it will. It definitely come.
Ne?
It will definitely
Mara,
come.
at least one song yana singing.
Yeah, no. I think this year ngeke iphele.
Ngeke iphele,
Nah,
ne?
ngeke
Serious?
iphele.
I know ngiyakuvuma shayela. We're with you.
Ngeke iphele.
Fanele launchwe kahle, ne?
Yeah, phume kahle.
No, so I was gonna ask you, Guti, like, have you not learned from your mistakes, like, it was actually COVID?
Yeah, COVID affected us.
But then
Because the plan was to take out the project
Conrad the same.
that year,
Yeah.
like later September.
A lot of musicians they suffered, during COVID. Suffered a lot, When you have a project that is stuck, it's lockdown. You are unable to work as musicians. How did you deal with it?
Yo, it was the survival of the fittest, honestly. How I survived, I'm still trying to think.
And with 2 kids, eh?
With 2 kids, I'm a single mom,
Goodness.
you know. Working at church helped.
But church was closed at the time.
Yeah, church
unless
was
if you guys were
My dad, having my father helped a lot.
before the passing away. Okay,
Yeah, before he passed on, because he helped us a lot, you know. And my
Benhlala naye, baba?
Baba, no, he was staying else, but it was close by.
Close by.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got your own place.
I have my own place. Yes, I stay with my kids.
Pela, the project, going back to your project, the project, Lena, I assumed you guys had a manager, like a manager. You know, in overseas, what I've seen is managers are also responsible not just for your music, but the direction of where your career is going. Do you have such a person in your space?
We were helped by Nkandla. Nkandla. So that was the plan. Unfortunately, Zintobe, we had a planned out PR, because I guess someone who's knowledgeable, PR.
Oh, you guys did
marketing.
have a plan.
We did have a
it
plan.
seems
We
like
still
a
have that
proper
plan.
outlay.
Because we want to hit international.
Really?
Yes. We want to hit. That's where we want to go.
No.
So
No,
we trust God for that.
So by sound here.
Yeah.
So tell me something. Pela mina le album le, when I saw the pictures and when I heard the comments, I thought you guys are going like crowd gospel, best newcomer or best
That
DVD.
was the plan.
I think best DVD.
Yeah.
Music
That was the
corner,
plan.
yes.
That was the plan.
Have you ever won any awards?
I've never entered awards.
Why not?
It was not time, and I think with my project, it was not yet ready for that.
Already.
Yeah.
So
But
awards still
I'm
coming,
coming. Definitely coming.
Do you think awards are a good thing?
They are good.
Really?
Because they give you exposure somehow.
Okay. But is it a true reflection of the industry?
It's not.
But we need to have them. Ne?
We need to have them. We need to
Just
have
for
proper.
the celebration and
Yeah,
And for gathering of
and
musicians as
fair,
well.
and a fair judgment on sales. Check the sales. Check ukuthi music wakho udlalwa
Udlala
kuphi,
phi,
and then
yeah.
waziwa kangakanani, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you believe people buy awards?
They do. That's what happens in this industry. They do buy. They do buy. I pray Lord to help us
So
not to buy.
yakuyithenga nini?
Angeke ngithe.
Izozela ne?
Ngifuna izizele so that ngifeel ukuthi ngisebenzile.
Usebenzele.
Yeah. Ngifila njalo.
Really? All right, cool. And then which artist would you like to do a song with? Like, okay, you've got a chance of a duet with somebody. Ungayishaya one.
Yeah. Ungibambile, yes.
This is supposed to be at the tip of your tongue. Eh?
Do you know why I say this? When I listen to Khaukhelo from Mokopane,
Oh,
That one,
yeah.
one of my favorite. And I listen to you guys sing. The tone is not really the same. But hey, man, you guys move me the same, man. Ni that thing, need to. So
Yeah.
I'd love to see the two of you do.
Maybe I
But
should consider
maybe
that.
she must give us her answer first before
Yeah.
you. Who comes to mind?
Who's
Like,
your
I
first
don't know. I have a lot of people in my head. I don't know, like specifically right now, if I can say, I want to do a song with any artist.
But there has to be someone.
There has to be
Because you always picture yourself with, Mahonga feature Roban.
But yes.
You know. There has to be the someone, you know.
Mina, because you know when I feature, like I think of different artists for different songs, and I'd love to work with a lot of them.
Yeah. But okay,
Yeah.
give us an indication.
Okay, give us two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two. I
Ubusuzibona ayi-one stage.
I baning Joyas baning because in special lines and angazi ukuthi ngakhetha bani. I like a lot of them.
Would you do something no Myra?
Myra. Yes, I would.
Really?
I would.
And,
I would.
and guys, I think you know which guy, ne? I think you know which guy. I think you do a nice song, no Colin.
Colin, yes. Because I used to admire that guy growing up.
We are humble, now we are humble.
I know, get handle up.
Yeah, no, that
So
would
just
be nice.
before you proceed, talking about the album, you said Guti, you guys are you getting your strides, you know, to make sure that it is out. How much more work needs to be done for the project to be say, here's the final project? Estimation wise, as in
Financial.
no, not even financially. What needs to
No,
be done
now
for the project?
it's a matter of mixing and mastering.
Oh.
Because we already done overdubs and editing the visuals.
Yes, the visuals,
Yes.
Oh, so it's just a matter
Yeah,
of
it's just
mixing.
Yeah, it's just that. Once we clear that, we're gone.
So you
We
pretty
gone.
much.
So yeah, Puma ngasukudala.
Yeah, definitely.
So which gig influenced you the most? What's that stage? You know, opened a lot of my thinking, my understanding of being on stage. Which one gig influenced
I
you
think
the most?
working with Pastor Benjamin Dube, being on that stage, professional
Yeah.
for the first
Did
time.
you record anything?
I was just doing soprano.
No, but did you record like
In any
one of
of
his
our projects,
DVDs
yeah.
or
On
were
any
you-
of his projects.
any of his projects?
Yes,
Which one?
in his presence, where we were wearing blue and white.
His
Oh,
presence.
I was
Bokon.
doing soprano there. You must check me.
let's check. And then now wonke nayo enye futhi lapha.
Awufake i-DVDs check lapha.
Yeah. We're wearing blue and white. I'm
Blue and
doing
white.
Soprano,
Yeah.
yes. In his presence, yes, I'm doing soprano there.
Really?
So that was my first professional, cut my cameras, sitting there. I remember I had a stain on my pants, and I'm thinking it will show because I didn't know about DVDs. So Sandla Sunday trying to cover the stain. So that was my professional, and I'm like, Lord, this is what
I
I
got
want to
ukufundisa
do.
ufikile ne.
Ah,
That man
Now he's gone.
akathinto.
Gone.
It's gone.
So
Gone.
Things only.
before we go, the majority of your bookings derive from church, right?
Yes,
So you get bookings from church,
a lot,
a lot of bookings from
a
church.
lot.
And then this means a relationship with pastors are fine.
Me and pastors we friends. I
Great,
think maybe because I'm very understanding. Maybe that's the
What do you mean you're very understanding?
Do they pay you on time?
They
Like- like
do, the others they don't, but I have a good relationship with pastors. Others, they do. I'm just the person who understands, which is very bad for
It's
me.
because you come from the space where your father is also a pastor.
It's a
You not- you
pastor.
understand the
I'm
hardship.
more, I'm
how-
more understanding and more considerate. Umfundisi athi, "Yazi, I want to do
Are you also
this."
understanding with your money?
Very. That's bad for me, though.
So I want to get this. I want to get this. When a pastor calls you, but Busi, please come and minister. What's the first response? Do you say, Mfundis, obviously, I don't come alone. I come with my brother. Stay.
It's recent where I started talking like that. But usually I'd say, when is the date? Let me check if I'm available.
Wow.
And then, and the Lord, I'm from in my heart, I'm praying that that I have transport, I have people that I go with. So most of the time I prefer going alone. So that's.
So wait a minute. Then it doesn't make business sense. You know, we need to get to a point where we understand what, even if it's, and I don't want to say you must be hard on pastors. I'm just saying, they need to live.
True.
Because as far as I understand you, as far as you've said, actually, you're a single mother. Do you get a stipend from your baby daddy? Do you get a stipend? Does he pay for the kids? Does he pay maintenance?
Oh my God.
Let
me watch it.
No, but my point is...
No,
my
but
point
then
is
for now I'm raising the kids alone.
But my point is, the kids are looking at you.
It's difficult, trust me.
Yes.
Because for me, I don't have... I lost my mother when I was very young. So I don't have aunts. Our family is very small. I don't have aunts. So my dad was the only one. So when I have to go out, my sister she's also a drummer. So she does a lot of gigs. So sometimes, because now I money one nabantuana. When I come back, I have to find somebody to look after them, which I pay.
Correct.
You understand? I transport my kids, and you just don't live. You have to buy groceries and pay that person who will take care of your children.
Good.
So,
Go ahead.
So when I come back, it ends up being my loss. I end up paying for.
So it hits your pocket.
It hits my pocket.
For you to go and minister.
And go and minister.
Well, can I ask this? I mean, there's been talks, Google, social media, I'm talking years ago, where the idea or the proposal for musicians to have just a very simple contract. Ukuthi umfundisi athi come and minister. Bese uthi mfundisi, this is how I work. Here's my email. This is even just uthi come and minister uzoshange ingoma zo3 but for a fact that you leave your house, you go to that church. And when you come back, obviously you're leaving your kids and everything. It costs for you, you know.
It's a cost.
It is a cost.
Yeah.
What is your take on that? At least musicians should have a standardized contract. Doesn't have to be complicated. So that, because if we don't teach them, the behavior will never change. I understand.
You remain a humble woman of God.
Exactly.
Humble because you accept.
Exactly. So what do you think about the proposal with musicians, even just mere vocalists, to say, here's my standard working order, before whether they are a friend or not?
I think Mina, if give me a choice, it's better when you say, okay, I don't have much. This is how much I can afford. Then it becomes my choice. So, okay, do I take it or not? To say, I'm having a church service. I only have 2.5 or 1,005 or 1,000 rands. If you don't mind, can you come now? Then it becomes my choice. But we don't have those discussions. We just go and hold.
Why is the topic of money so sensitive?
It's very sensitive. Unfortunately, it's sensitive.
But it shouldn't be sensitive.
Yeah, it is.
It shouldn't be.
Me.
Look, there's friends, there's family. What Zoe was saying is that you work with your brother. Even when you work with your brother, for you to draft a contract does not mean that you are fighting.
True.
You understand? You're just outlining this is the terms of working, so that when money comes in, it knows how to be allocated in its right place. Friends or not with pastors, it doesn't break any friendship to say, here's how I work. Because you're securing, what you have at home. You don't have to, when you come back, you don't have to think what
I pray for that boldness. I pray for that bravery. I pray for talking. I am talkative, I'm bold in everything, but when coming to that's a downfall.
You know what I think? Busi comes from a home where everything that has to do with church falls on your shoulder. And she can't break away from that.
It's difficult.
It's very difficult.
It's difficult. I hear you. You are right.
No. I mean, look, I'm not actually pushing you towards a direction. I'm trying to figure out what is the difficult. Is it more of the mindset, or is it more the people that you're going to deal with that might be offended? So I'm trying to place it with you. Where would it fall?
I think Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But it's just difficult.
Inzima, ne?
Inzima.
No, man.
Inzima.
I think it's great that you've got that heart to serve, but you need to eat. You know.
True.
You need
True.
to
I
eat.
wish people could understand with as much as you serve. Okay, this
You
is
need to
my
eat,
life.
and
This is my
your
livelihood.
kids. You don't want them being affected like that.
Yes, and I don't want them to
You
see
know?
ministry like that.
Yes.
Exactly.
So it's very important that you structure your, same as you're doing, you structure your contracts. Mfundisi ngizofika lapho, mawuthi uhlulekile mfundisi, can uhlale la.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and I understand there's churches that are small, churches that are upcoming.
Obviously.
Different occasions, yeah.
You know, but at least it covers my transport and then anything over and above that, my rate is this. Hey.
I think that language should be a common language. It shouldn't be a
I
language that
pray
scares people.
we come to that understanding. Taking guys, this is ministry as well. It needs to be taken seriously. And then this is how much. There's one pastor, you know that pastor, I don't forget. The highest pay I got was that guy.
How much?
Growing up. That pastor called me, said, I didn't charge him, just said, come help me with my crusade. I went there, I helped him. My first 7,000. I was shocked. It was my first big amount. And I was growing up.
Wait.
He thought, like, I never thought, because I'm used to, so come help, and then
200 rands.
200,000 rand, and then
200,000.
200 rand.
Oh.
200 yeah, so that I won't forget, Pastor Smith, I won't forget that guy. And he had a small church. He had a small church. I didn't expect it.
See, for me, these are stories that I want to
Yeah,
hear.
I don't want to
These
lie.
are stories that I want to hear.
Yeah, I didn't put a budget. I didn't put a fee. Even if I put a fee, I think I was going to go a bit lower than that. Because when I got fee to Buma 7.
When are we moving to the standard 1,500 fee?
I don't know.
Musicians, more back. When are we moving from?
I don't know.
Phela 1.5 phela. Qala lapho.
Yeah, but
Baqala
1.5
yeah.
is.
Baqala lapho vele or bagcina lapho.
Ne? So are you still open to working with other musicians, backing vocalists, or Sophie? You are an artist manager. You don't do babies.
Yeah, I think now unfortunately they don't even call me for back. I think now Nkulunkulu has graced me to. I can't say it's another level because no back and it's also a good
Still
job.
ministry,
It's
yeah.
still ministry as well. It's not. It does not mean now you're an artist and upagem. It's just that the attention goes to you as a minister. But I don't know. Angakatholi opportunity manje ukuthi uzobheka, but now I push indaba of being an artist and as a brand.
As a brand. Ne?
Yes.
Sure. Are you still working with Pastor Phil?
Not really. We invite each other. I think we've sesikhulile to a point where when I go to his church, maybe he calls me as an artist, not as a
vocalist.
Yeah, or as a.
Also, he respects you.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I think it's sesikhulile namanje. It's been a while.
Ne?
It's been a while.
I left this question deliberately at the end because it can get touchy, you know, and it's important that as Christians we talk about it.
Okay.
And but no, Kulega. There's nothing we have not spoken about.
Okay.
It's a lot of my Christian ladies. They don't want to wopisa the father of the child for maintenance, and some of them say God will provide. I feel like God provides for everyone, but we still need to do the work. You know, why is that? Is it pride?
It's not pride. Okunye yazi ubuzalwane ne ukulunga gcina nokulunga because icourt phela it's war lapha. So it's scary for us ladies to go that route.
But it surely can't be too scary for the well-being of your kids.
It is, but with what is happening, so for me personally, with the killings and the threatening, I've heard about leaving their jobs because I have batali maintenance. The next thing they would want to harm the kids and stuff. Not for me, for personally, the reason why I don't go that route for the safety of my kids, and which is unfair. For those who go and baba pizza, it's a good thing because you have to, with your seed, you have to provide for them.
Has there been attempts of those kind of things with you?
No, I've never. I'm just thinking.
No, but here's my point. I mean, an extra 1,000 rands or 2,000 rands.
It will make a difference.
But that's my point. It means by not doing that, now you are so that baby right. So why don't we do it?
Do you think that you are the kind of person who would say, if the person comes to the party and they decide to, I'm okay with it, but I won't chase after that person.
Mina, I'm that type. I'm like, I'm not gonna chase you. You know, you have kids. I mean, I told you, I didn't hide them. You know you have children. Why should I follow you to become a father? Why should I? Like, that's my view to why should I? But people who go for maintenance, yeah, I fully agree and I fully support. They should do it. Because at the end, you know, kids, then they grow up, they say, I want the father. I want my surname, you know. As I want to know my real dad or what. Yeah.
So I get you. You're saying you will not follow it to that extent. If he wants to come to the party, your mother will come. Then I'm assuming you naturally don't block the kids from the father.
I would never do that. That's why I give you an opportunity. It's up to you. I think me, personally, as a single mother, what I could tell other women is that your fights shouldn't involve kids. Allow, whether they support or not, allow them to see the kids. If it comes to that point, to keep yourself safe. Because it's easy for a man to come after 10 years. A cell phone. When when the child is 20 or something, so it becomes a problem.
Just quickly on that, why do you think we have a change of behavior, if I can use the term, with Abafazi using that as a bait, no money, no access to kids? Why do you think, obviously you spoke for yourself, but why are we seeing that behavior?
I think it comes with anger, bitterness. Yeah, because I'm suffering. Why should I give you the luxury of seeing the kids and me, I'm paying for them to eat? I understand their view because it takes a lot. You sacrifice, there are things that you like. You say now, putting nail polish, I wish I had nails, but I have to pay school fees. You understand? Such things. I can't even put nails on. I can't. I want to do my hair. I want to buy clothes. But now, here's the kids. And when you just want to come and say, I'm the dad. I understand that.
Access,
but for you to be safe in the future, let the father disappoint the kids. Let them see. For their own
it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Let them disappoint so that they know they are dead, so that it's not on you. Whenever you are always there to welcome and say, you just come, and if they disappoint you, come and I'll comfort. I'll comfort if your dad promises and doesn't deliver.
Yeah, no, that's a heavy one.
Yeah, that's another topic.
No, that's another topic.
Yeah, that's another topic.
So, okay, before you go, I just want to ask you the last question. You are obviously open for marriage?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you open to having more kids?
No. I am done.
So then that means you are open to a mixed family. So Umlisa must come with his own kids.
Let's donate. Let's come with his.
Ne? So no more kids.
I am done with kids. I had my share.
Ne?
Yeah.
Just two.
Two. I right there. It takes a lot. I see now. I want to put nails now. I want a manicure.
Yeah, no.
But
Just
in closing, or before we say we're in closing, is there a last question you want to ask?
no. I think I wanted to expand on that. She answered that, so I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Sponsor, is there a question?
I'm good.
Well, the last question I want to ask you is, what would you like to see the gospel entertainment industry change? What change do you want to see?
Supporting of each other than cliques. I mean, if I could, we can be a family, support one another, and singagcekani. That's what and then nokuthi nje umculo uthengwe and support which after 2022 I see a lot of people are interested into shows. They come and attend. I think COVID helped it with. You know, they are so interested. I wish that can hype up when there's a show. We should go in numbers. Support other musicians, whether you're part of the show or not. Yeah, that's like artists ngathandana.
Yeah, look, that's actually one of the backbones of the show. This one, we want to try and see how we can unite.
Yes, unity.
Musicians.
Yes.
Gospel musicians, to be more exact. And then from this, we want to grow and have a big concert we can have annually or biannually, whatever the case might be. That's the reason we put them in a collage and
I think I'm also part of that.
yeah, you see, so that I think if musicians realize
yeah,
especially gospel musicians, well, if gospel musicians can come together, I think things will work out a bit better. Huh? Yeah, but Busi, it was a great conversation. I'm so glad
for the next 2 hours.
It's like 5 minutes.
Yeah. I'm glad you came through.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm
But before
honored.
you go, our podcast now is making waves. We've got a sponsor already.
Oh, amen.
Called Litlotlo.
Okay.
Litlotlo, for female stuff, My body butter.
Oh. My
I'm a
God.
bath.
Soft.
I'm a bath. I'm a bath foam.
Yes.
I'm a bath foam.
This is nice.
I'm a body butter, bath foam. Then you touch yourself if I am in Zinutinge. So it's called Litlotlo on Instagram.
Okay.
Yes, beautiful lady.
Beautiful.
Her name is Pindili. She creates these things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm bonus. Can we zoom in here? Oh, that camera here. So so lay a bomb, fire manzini or cartel after a cake. Sale soak, there's bath salt, and then there's body butter. I was saying, but yeah, please follow at Litlotlo on Litlotlo Lad on Instagram. And then if you want orders, just hit me up. I'll make sure. So, Sisi Tugwe, thank you very much for coming.
I'm honored. I'm gonna bath.
As a first lady.
Thank you so much.
Of the show.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Ngiyabonga.
Busi.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. But thank you very much. Brato. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much once again. Please keep on supporting us. Keep on supporting us. You see, we've got a sponsor now. The channel is growing, and we'd like to thank our sister Ubusi and our brother Brake. So we've got Uke Tileg. You'll see him. Sometimes you won't be here, sometimes you'll be here. But when he's here, we're going to have a good time. And remember to look out for us, our new merchandise. It's here. And then look out for the next coming events. You'll see me and Kay interviewing people as you walk in, We're taking it to the Oscars, man. You're taking it there.
Come on.
But yeah, thank you very much. We're going international. Don't forget to subscribe the GRP podcast on YouTube. Other than that, I don't want to